Hello, I'm Ada, and today we're taking a look at aim mechanics. In first-person shooters, having good aim mechanics is what distinguishes the best from the rest. It can be tough to master, but luckily it just needs a bit of practice and knowledge. First things first, pick a practice range. I prefer Aim Hero, but you are welcome to use anything you like. If you use Overwatch, here's some settings you can use. I like King's Row, setting up here, here, and here as McCree. You can put yourself on a timer, treat your damage stat as your score, and eventually get those scores higher while upping your accuracy. If you use Aim Hero, make sure you match your sensitivity, crosshair, and video settings to Overwatch. Make sure the field of view is set to 71, and for weapons, match your pistol settings to this. We're going to use the strafing mode because it's the most general and incorporates the majority of aiming skills. Once you're set up, you can start training. Beginners will need a good feeling for where their crosshair is. To do this, spend a short time aiming with your eyes focused on the crosshair. Immediately follow this with keeping eyes focused on the target for long durations. Trade off between these two steps until comfortable. Finally, once you get used to watching the target, focus on bringing your crosshair directly to the center of your eye's focus, on the target. These three practices are the core of FPS aiming and are applied at all skill levels. Now, for more advanced players, we want to start building good habits from the ground up. Start by applying game sense to your aim and analyzing movement without prediction. The vast majority of things shot at will only use left and right movement, so we want to abuse that fact as best we can. Make sure we have our crosshair at the target height, don't unnecessarily aim up and down, and become comfortable with the usual distance the target strafes, left and right. Note, this strafe distance gets larger against players with poor movement or at closer range, and the distance is smaller with better movement or longer range. Now, mechanically speaking, knowing exactly what you need to focus eyes and your brains on is one of the biggest questions people have, and it isn't even clear to some of the best players who just do it naturally. I'd like to break down those ingredients, so buckle up and take notes. Step 1. Keep your eyes on the target, but track your crosshair in your peripheral vision at the same time. This takes regular practice to get comfortable with, but it brings up your consistency in the long run. Step 2. You want to get in the habit of keeping mental focus up and firing while intentionally aiming. In other words, don't fire wildly when there's no chance you're going to hit the shot, but if there's the option of missing or never shooting at all, just shoot and miss. You can figure out adjustments for next time. Step 3. You should center your mind around matching the target's movement with your hand's mouse movement. Recognize and react to the point where the direction changes, because immediately after, movement is the most predictable. And step 4. When it comes to your arm, hand, and brain, remember, keep loose but active. Tension limits your ability to make bigger movements, and relaxation limits your reaction speed. Take your time and refine each step one at a time. Realistically, this could take anywhere between a couple of days to a couple of weeks to start getting serious results. Just remember, keep practicing. A small addition to all of this talk about improving aim is that a big part of practice is in your warm-up. Something to keep in mind is that you need to be ready and awake before really getting into playing. Do some exercise, work on some hard puzzles, or even get into a practice mode and try really hard for a couple minutes. At that moment, spend at least 20 minutes, optimally more, working through each one of these steps. And then you're ready for some big SR gains in solo queue. If you would like me to do a video on different warm-up routines and how they can help, let me know in the comments below. This was an in-depth look at aim mechanics. Feel free to leave questions or comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe. In the next episode, we take a look at improving positioning. Thank you for watching, and let's become the best!